Itchy eyes, sneezing, that constant foggy feeling. Allergy season seems to be hitting many across Milwaukee harder than ever. But is it just perception or is something in the air? Grandma's not the only one holding tissues. Today, we'll be diving deep into one of the main causes of allergies, pollen. Next, you'll see us speaking with an environmental educator, Will Manley, about that. What is pollen? Where does it come from?
Yeah, so pollen is produced by all seed-bearing plants and trees. Well, trees and plants, but all plants that produce seeds produce pollen. So it's part of their reproductive cycle. We refer to plants that produce pollen as male trees. They produce pollen, and female trees produce seeds, and together they make sprouts and seedlings into new plants.
So, what trees and grasses specific to the Milwaukee area release pollen?
Yeah. So any seeding plants will produce pollen. Some plants that are non-seeding also produce things like ferns around here that spore, mushrooms that spore. But for pollen, really it's about the male trees. So lots of city streets, it was a practice for a long time to plant only male trees because they don't drop seeds and people consider that like litter they didn't want on their sidewalks. But now we have the problem. We have tons of pollen in cities. There's just tons of it because we have all these male trees where none of it to go.
What specific environmental changes, particularly here in the Midwest, are driving this longer, more intense pollen season? And is it a longer season or is pollen itself changing?
Yeah, so pollen is pollen. It hasn't changed in a really long time, actually. But what's driving the kind of more intense allergies people might be feeling from pollen, our seasons so far have been a little bit drier. It's been pretty dry the last couple years and pretty warm. And those longer warming periods are creating longer pollen seasons. When it's warmer earlier, more pollen is being produced for a longer time. And that's kind of driving a lot of that, polleny feeling that we're getting.
Doctors like Dr. Sharma say avoidance is key. Check daily pollen counts. Stay indoors with windows closed during peak hours, usually mornings. When you do come inside, change clothes and shower to rinse off pollen. High quality HEPA filters in your home and car can make a huge difference. And crucially, talk to your doctor before the season hits its peak to discuss appropriate medications, whether over the counter or prescription. Don't wait until you're miserable. So, while we can't change the environment overnight, understanding the connection will help us prepare. Reporting from Milwaukee, I'm Gigi Gray, and this has been 105 News.